morning. Welcome back. Today is a big day. Today we're going to do the final fitting of the end of the command deck onto the main base, attaching all the wires, running them through. Then we're going to be pre-shading and painting the base, and then move on with some more assembly work. So hold tight. That's the plan for today, and we got all day to do it because today is a holiday for me. So this is how I'm spending my holiday, working on model kits and enjoying myself. So be right back. There we go. We've got everything wired together. The command deck is connected to the base and down to 2 single wires coming out. And the good news is everything still works. So now I'm going to get set up for some painting. There they are. I was wondering where they went. Got so caught up in doing what I was doing. Alright. So here's where we're at. So we've got all the assemblies done. Got the sub-assemblies for the guns done. And then the next step is to actually add the dome. Yep, add the dome on is next. And then we are going to paint. So I think, here's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to add the dome. We're going to add the walls so I have a stable platform to lay the ship down while I paint. And then do this sub-assembly here. And then we'll do all of the pre-shading and then the base painting. So, oh no, we can't put the dome on. The guns have to be installed first. So we're going to do the sub-assembly painting at the bottom. Alright, so there we go. That's the plan. Okay, back in just a couple minutes. Okay, here's what we've done. We've given the whole thing a nice base coat of gray. And I'm using a surface primer, so it's this basic gray primer. We've done the guns, we've done the base. So now we are going to pre-shade. And pre-shade, we're going to use my black paint. My airbrush, which needs to be cleaned just a little bit. Now it's going to be a little loud because I do not have a tank for my compressor. Black paint and a tiny bit of thinner here somewhere. Maybe. There it is. Okay, so we're all set. I'm going to switch this on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the panel lines. You don't have to be real precise. hands are being a little bit more shaky than I like them to be. So there you see what I'm aiming to do. So I'm going to complete the rest of the ship and all the guns, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so got all the panel lines done, and we got German Luftwaffe bluish gray color for the bottom, and we're going to paint lightly over these so we still get a hint of these panel lines. So let me go ahead and get on that. There it goes. Takes a second. Take your time with this. You're going to do several coats. And a lot of times what you can do is paint the panels themselves. Of course, now is when my airbrush decides it's going to clog. There we go. Now, each layer, see, if I start out a little mottled, you know, I'm going to make little swirls and squigglies. That'll leave different tones for the next layer to cover. So as long as you keep the layers thin, you can get this mottled color that looks like each panel is wearing slightly differently. Because as we know, no aircraft, you know, weather's the same. Each panel's different. And each panel will have different color variations on it. One good layer down, and then we just continue on. careful with the parts. Now, you can see how we're starting to build up that effect, and that under shading is toning way down. So even though it was sloppy, it still shows these gradients in the panel lines where the dirt and grime would have bled out and flushed. So we'll continue on, probably a couple more coats on this one, and then we'll just do the rest of the ship. So I'll finish this one off and we'll see what we come up with. And there we go. That's the effect I'm looking for. So it's about 3 or 4 layers. The first layer all squiggles and kind of haphazard. I follow the panels. Then the next layer I kind of follow the contours and paint large swaths at a time. And then a final third layer I actually follow up the panel lines and things like that. So you can see how that undercoat has just darkened up just the edges there. So we got a nice kind of weathered look, and when we go back in with some ink later, that'll really pop some more. And of course we got to paint the guns on their own. So we're going to continue on and finish up the rest of the base bottom of the ship. So back in just a little bit. And there we are. So the gun turrets are all ready to go. Just need to paint the barrels up. We'll do that separate. The base, the bottom, is all painted and ready to go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and paint up the guns, and then we will set the turret pieces, and that will be the bottom finished. Then all that's left is a little bit more assembly work, and we are ready to roll. So I will be right back in just a couple minutes on that, okay? So we've completed the base, or the bottom I should say, all painted up. The turrets are in place. Ooh, they spin. And all painted up and ready to go. Everything, we got to finish off the interior of the landing bay, or the wheel wells, but that's no problem. Next up will be the assembly of the top dome and the wheel well. Actually, probably the next step, I'm going to assemble the wheel wells, so this thing has a nice stable platform just to sit. So that's where we'll come back next time. Until then, as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video, and have a great day.